see it very well. It's my high school transcript from the time I was a freshman in Coronado High School until my first senior year at Coronado High School, well, Fort Carson High School. All my grades were straight B's and F's, with the exception of one or a few A's, B's, C's in music classes like choir and orchestra, because music was my only passion, and without music I would have dropped out a long time ago. But then I transferred from Fort Carson, District 8, and I thought that the changes would help me improve my grades with new surroundings, new teachers, and new classmates. But in the end, it didn't help a bit. So second semester that year, I went to see Miss Hazlett, my counselor. And I talked about different options I had, and she mentioned alternative school. I cringed, and I said, oh, that's where all the bad kids come from. But the truth is that, as my math teacher, Mr. Bishop, says all the time, there's no such thing as a bad kid. There is such thing as a kid who makes bad choices for themselves, unfortunately. The first class I ever took when I came to school was Discovery, where we learn how to improve our lives using positive thinking and team building skills. And in the end of that term, we built a puzzle instead of the normal quilt square for our last activity. In this puzzle, as you can see, we incorporated many ideas and things that we learned. We went to ropes, which is our team building, and we learned, by that picture, that color doesn't separate us in friendship or in anything. None of you can probably see the change in me since I came to this school, but all my teachers, Mrs. Weigel, Miss Brown, Miss Lewis, Mrs. Witt, they can see the change in me, because when I came to this school, I never had a smile on my face. I didn't have any confidence. I never made good grades, and now I have taken college classes. I've gotten straight A's in math, and I'm smiling and presenting a speech to you, which I've never would have done in a million years. Lorraine was supposed to be my last chance for education, but it turned out in the end that it was the only chance that I needed, because it was my beginning. I really fit in here where I couldn't anyplace else. Lorraine helped me and many other students in many ways, but three of those ways are the amazing instructor's care, the ways that those teachers caught my attention, made me soak up the information to learn, and the extra time that those staff and almost every student has put into my education outside of school. First of all, instructor's care. When a lot of people envision instructor's care, they think about a teacher letting their favorite students slide by on an exam or a test because maybe they had a bad day. But my teachers, when they care, Mrs. Witt stays after school an extra 2 hours sometimes to help an English student who's struggling. And Mr. Bishop, my math teacher, he gives out his cell phone number to every one of his students and keeps that phone on until 9 o'clock at night, waiting for phone calls for homework help. My teachers care about me as a person, whether I'm good or bad, or whether I have baggage or drama. They really are like my family. Secondly, they not only care about me, but they really hold my attention. In some unorthodox ways, like Mrs. Witt knows what I'm talking about. Imagine sitting in the back of Mrs. Witt's classroom nodding off, and you hear that chicken in your face, in your ear. And
oh my God, yes.
You'd want to pay attention, wouldn't you? You wouldn't be sure what she would do next. Crazy things. And then there's teachers like Miss Kearns, my science teacher, who does game shows before quizzes to help us prepare. And it really helps us remember certain things. It's hard to remember. A lot of teachers are never comfortable enough with their own students to do that, but our teachers are. Then there's a few teachers who are really brutal, like Miss Lewis and Mr. Williams. They won't hesitate for a second to send you out into the hallway or take your cell phone away for texting. Not only do our teachers pay attention to us and make us pay attention, but they spend a lot of extra time with us. As I said, Miss Witt stays after hours sometimes. And there's always, almost always, a teacher who stays after school until 4:20 to help kids study in a quiet place or help them with their homework, simple things. And then there's even unscheduled teachers who Like Mr. Bishop, for example, he stayed before school for an entire month during the month of CSAT to create a Block Zero class that never existed to help students that didn't have the things or the resources they needed to do good on CSAT, and he helped them do better. Aside from teachers, there's also student tutors who stay in the YMCA Teen Center. There's student tutors in the YMCA Teen Center a lot of the time who usually help tutor kids who don't do so well in math. Even Mr. Williams, who's always busy because he's a coach, excuse me. He's on being nervous. He will stay with you in the gym if you need to make up work or time that you've missed. All these factors help me make a change in my life. When normal schools like Coronado or Macy Ridge, any of those schools wouldn't make me budge an inch. This school was my last chance for an education, and it was the only chance I needed. Because of my teachers' extraordinary care, the time that they put into me, and the ways that they held my attention, I am who I am now. This school has benefited my life in ways that no other could. Once upon a time, I was the girl who had never passed a math class. I was the girl who never smiled and was quiet, unsociable. Now I'm the girl with 2 college classes under her belt already, going for more in the summer. Which I would have never done, and I'm smiling while I'm doing it. I'm going to keep going in college until I become an elementary school teacher, actually, or an English teacher. I'm going to have a better future and a better career because of this building, because the rain cares about me. Like this piece of the puzzle, I fit perfectly into the rain that I couldn't anyplace else.
Claire, you were wonderful. Will you guide me on how not to be nervous? We can talk after this, okay? We'll talk over coffee.
Okay.
Thank you, Claire. The strategic work plan